What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. Now things are really starting to heat up. As you guys know, Mayweather has this poll going on where he's pitting Amir Khan, Marcos Maidana against each other, letting the fans pick his next opponent. And things started to escalate. Not so much between Mayweather and any of the opponents, but the opponents themselves. So Amir Khan had some choice words for Marcos Maidana. Those two have fought in the past. Amir Khan won, but he had gutted out to win because Marcos Maidana started to heat up in the later rounds. This was pre-Robert Garcia, and Maidana seems to be an improving fighter under the tutelage of Robert Garcia. So Amir Khan basically said, I can't believe Mayweather's even considering fighting my leftovers. Then he posted a bunch of, like a collage of pictures of where he was looking good in the Maidana fight or punching Maidana. And Maidana didn't like it. So this is what Maidana had to say in reply. He said, Khan, if I'm slow and bad, then why have you hidden from me for 2 years and avoided a rematch? Forget about Floyd. You and me, May 3rd. Forget about the stupid poll and Mayweather. Got tired of Amir Khan. Maidana versus Khan, May 3rd or whenever. That's the fight. He also goes on to say May 3rd, Las Vegas. Floyd Mayweather versus Bradis Prescott. And he put Marcos Maidana versus Amir Khan. Let's see who is the leftover, which is pretty funny. As you guys know, Bradis Prescott, he ended up stopping in a shocking upset Amir Khan in the first round. Then he continued by saying, we need to fight for the pride, not to determine anyone else's opponent. Amir Khan, is that a yes or no? You and me. And Khan replied to Marcos Maidana, said, I have bigger fish to fry. And then Marcos Maidana responded, what bigger fish to fry? A rematch with Julio Diaz? So he's just sending shots and slights at Amir Khan. As you guys know, Julio Diaz was Amir Khan's last fight, fought at a catchweight, and Diaz gave Khan some problems, even knocked him down. And finally, Marcos Maidana said, for the last time, are you fighting me May 3rd or not? You call me leftovers, slow feet and hands. You should not be scared, basically. After long discussions tonight, many names were thrown, but I only know who doesn't want to fight me, and that's Amir Khan. He didn't accept my challenge. I love the way Khan's fans try to push me to fight Broner, Thurman, Devin Alexander, Sean Porter, and even Thomas Hearns just to avoid a rematch with their hero. So some retaliation words from Marcos Maidana. I must say, I really like Marcos Maidana. Always have. But he's just a badass. He's real tough, tough as nails. He comes to bring it. Some people say he's flat-footed, he's a brawler, but he's good at what he does. He makes it a tough night. There's certain guys in boxing, and you can look at their resume all day and say, oh, okay, he lost to this fighter or that fighter. But it doesn't really do him justice. He did lose to Devin Alexander. He has losses on his record. But one thing you can't account for is the man has heart. And he's tough and he can punch. He can crack. So as long as he has that burning desire within himself, he's always going to be a tough game opponent. And that's just the nature of the beast. Gabe Rosado didn't look great in his last fight. He did drop down in weight to fight the Charlo brother. But that's another person that comes to mind where if you're not on your A game, you're in for a long night against a guy like that. Jesus Soto Caras, another fighter where he has losses. He got stopped by Keith Thurman. But if you're not fighting like Keith Thurman fought, then you might get Andre Berto. But there's a lot of guys in the sport who I don't really feel their record does justice. Another person that comes to mind, Orlando Salido, Daniel Ponce de Leon. I mean, these are just tough, tough fights, tough customers. And regardless of, you could be like, oh, Ponce de Leon, he got stopped by Abner Mares, who later got stopped by Johnny Gonzalez. But at the end of the day, good luck for the guys in the weight division. If you underestimate it or you take them lightly, you're in for a long night because these guys come to bring it. So I feel Marcos Maidana, really no exception, just a badass motherfucker. And I really like him. I think his presence is needed in boxing. He shocked the world when he defeated Broner. I thought Broner would fight a lot smarter. He didn't. So props to him in that victory. And he's just on a rampage yesterday. He was calling out Amir Khan and saying, fuck this poll, me and you fight. So I can respect it. I dig it. Marcos Maidana is one of the people who hasn't really been vocal. He said he wants the Mayweather fight. Obviously, he feels he deserves it. He's a champ now. And who wouldn't want that Mayweather payday? However, I like how Maidana and Danny Garcia are opting. Like if you look at it, Danny Garcia and Maidana, I'm sure they want the fight. They'll take the fight. I mean, even if they lose, it's a huge payday. So I don't think there's really any fear in that because if you beat him, then you're the man. If you lose to Mayweather, then you're just another victim, just like the other 45. So one thing I like I said, I respect how they're approaching. If they get the Mayweather fight, that's cool. You know what I mean? Of course, they would like that. But if they don't, they're still willing to continue their careers, like and go on with a different game plan and different avenues. Like Maidana called out Amir Khan, he's open to that fight, so he's open to the Broner rematch, I guess. So I really like that from Danny Garcia, just kind of playing the back seat, let everyone else bicker and fight and get publicity by throwing Mayweather's name out there, knowing it may or may not happen. Amir Khan seems to be kind of the opposite, where he seems to be whining. He wants the shot, doesn't really deserve it, but he's being a lot more vocal about wanting the Mayweather. So he almost seems desperate to me. Now, speaking of Amir Khan, some of you motherfuckers are idiots. Like, you get on my channel and leave all these comments. It really doesn't faze me because I still be fucking bitches and doing everything that I normally would do. Eat and chill and go to work and work on these videos. But the thing that's funny to me is I've been labeled, someone's like, oh, you hate Pakistani people, you hate Muslims, you hate Mexicans. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And really, I don't even have to justify this because there is no justification because those implications are definitely false. As far as Amir Khan, how would you say that a person hates a whole like community, like a whole religion, a whole race based on my thoughts towards one fighter? That just goes to show you how shallow and narrow-minded some of you guys are. You immediately figure, since I say anything in critique of the fighter you love, and assume it's race-related or religiously motivated or whatever. That's dumb. I mean, truth be told, there's not too many Pakistani fighters, so I hate a whole race because I've said comments about Amir Khan. And the other thing is, when I talk about Amir Khan, I don't down him in the sense of like I don't call him like name, like I don't call him the same type of stuff like, oh, he's a failure at life, he's a fucking bitch. Like I don't do that. I don't get on my channel and talk reckless. I give you my honest opinion and tell you where I think he's at. And if I say I don't think he deserves a Mayweather fight, that's because that's what I feel. So why can't it be that's what I feel as opposed to some old extra shit? But haters will hate. People are going to say whatever they want. It's funny to me, actually. And the funny thing is, I'm actually biracial. I'm mixed. So people don't even know what race I am. And they're like, oh, you hate this, and you hate Mexican, you hate Pakistani, you're this. Like, okay. That's funny. And the funny thing is, Prince Nassim was one of my favorite, like, literally, like, top 3 growing up. I just liked the theatrics, obviously. I was younger, and just watching him, he was just one of my dudes. Like, that's my dude. So because I don't hold Amir Khan in the same breath as other fighters, or he doesn't fight as smart to me as other fighters, and I give you my honest opinion for that. Some people try to leave crazy comments, but it happens. Back to Marcos Maidana. Just a tremendous warrior. So win or lose, he's the type of fighter that I like. As long as he remains dedicated to the sport of boxing, he's the type of fighter that he's going to have to. He can't get that Chavez Jr. spirit where you don't know who's going to show up. He's going to have to fight and have to want it and have to bring it. And he seems like he's been on the incline since he's partnered with Robert Garcia, which is something that I really like. So props to Chino for speaking out to Amir Khan and saying, fuck it, let's fight. Fuck this poll. Fuck all this. We can fight. Me and you, May 3rd. And if somehow, some way that was able to happen, that'd be awesome. And Mayweather, I don't know who he'd fight. Speaking of Mayweather, some of you guys, again, ridiculous with, I've never seen really other fighters get criticized as much as Mayweather for potentially, this is just potentially, fighting a champion. Marcos Maidana dethroned Broner, who dethroned Paulie Malignaggi. Therefore, Maidana is a champion. So fuck your opinion. You're not Nostradamus Some people, they get on here and they act like soothsayers, and they just can read the future and predict what's going to happen based on the fact that you think Marcos Maidana will give him a lesser fight than Amir Khan. Doesn't stipulate that he's done more and he's an actual fucking champion. And people left and right hate Mayweather, or they want to see him challenged, or they're sick of him fighting this fighter or that fighter. So they come up with excuses, and really, I can't think of anybody else in the sport right now who gets criticized as much for facing potential champions. If Mayweather fought Marcos Maidana right here, I've seen comments that are like, "Oh, another flat-footed brawler," and they're upset that the Maidana fight. They're like, Khan provides speed. Khan provides this. He hasn't experienced that since Judah and this and that. But Khan doesn't deserve it. And I'm not going on record saying either fight has a potential. I mean, they have two hands like anybody else. They have a fucking brain. They could provide whatever challenges that they dig down deep and provide. So I'm not even going on record saying what fight, but you can't omit the fact that Marcos Maidana is the champion at the weight class Mayweather is fighting at, and Amir Khan hasn't done nothing, based solely on the opinion that stylistically you think Amir Khan can give him more problems with his speed and his range and his height and his style of fight. That's not fair, and that's not how boxing should work. Like, oh yeah, he can bypass this person because he's not as much of a challenge. Now, if Amir Khan had a belt, then okay, that makes sense. Truthfully, what I think Amir Khan should have done is not pulled out of the Devin Alexander fight. Devin Alexander proved in his last fight with Sean Porter that he's beatable. He proved in his fight with Tim Bradley that he's beatable. I personally thought Amir Khan versus Devin Alexander was a 50-50 pick'em fight. I thought Amir Khan had a strong chance to win that fight. I also thought Devin Alexander could have won that fight as well. I thought it was literally 50-50. And a lot of people say Khan has a shaky glass chin and all that. Devin Alexander is not the fighter with the most pop at 147. So Khan is pretty safe there. He's not going in with the biggest puncher like a Keith Thurman or whatnot. So I thought it was perfectly winnable. And I think a lot of people wouldn't even question the Mayweather fight with Khan had Khan stuck to Devin Alexander, fought him, beat him convincingly, no bullshit. Then at least he would have a trinket. He would have a belt. Well, actually, not even a trinket. Devin Alexander had a solid belt. And he would have a belt. So he could use that as leverage. Like, oh, I deserve $5-6 million. I'm the champion in the division. Also, first fight. What is it? And he didn't do that. He was like, fuck that. I'm not going to fuck up my chances with the Mayweather payday and the Mayweather sweepstakes. And he pulled out. So for a variety of reasons, a lot of people is like, this is bullshit, and they don't want to see the Khan fight at all. But like I said, if he fought Devin Alexander, I think it would have been smooth sailing because he at least had the belt. He would have had Devin Alexander's belt if he beat him, and people wouldn't have much to say because Marcos Maidana is a belt holder now, and Amir Khan would be if he beat Devin Alexander. So I think he went about it wrong. He pulled out of the fight to eliminate his chances. And it's funny and ironic because the diehard Khan fans won't mention this, but I will because I'm a fair boxing critic. Timothy Bradley had the opportunity to potentially face Pacquiao. He was doing work at 140, and he was pretty much cleaning it out. Amir Khan called out Timothy Bradley. This is all on record. This is all on YouTube. I'm sure you could piece together some videos and find this out. So Bradley doing good at 140, pretty much cleaning house. Amir Khan called him out at 140. He wanted the fight. Timothy Bradley went on record saying, fuck that. I'm not trying to ruin my chances for the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes and have a potentially dangerous fight when I'm on track to get the Pacquiao fight. All of the Khan fans, the diehard Khan fans are like, oh, Bradley's a bitch. He's scared. He ducked Amir Khan in pursuit of the Pacquiao sweepstakes. Fast forward to the future. Isn't that the same fucking thing Amir Khan did to the Mayweather sweepstakes? He was going to fight Devin Alexander. They were negotiating and working, and it was supposed to happen in December. He backed out completely to pursue and not ruin his chances against the Mayweather sweepstakes, which he is now in. which is funny and ironic that no one mentions that. So it's funny fans want to say, "Oh, this fighter ducked this fighter, this fighter ducked this fighter is X, Y, and Z," but it only applies to the fighter that they don't like. It doesn't apply to their fighter. So Marcos Maidana, Amir Khan, Floyd Mayweather. I think the poll is bullshit. I feel like there's no guarantee that that's a real poll. They could be screwing with the numbers as we speak. So I don't care. I just want to hear who the fucking opponent is. I don't want to do this poll shit because Maidana was killing Amir Khan. Now it's like last time I checked, it was 51% votes for Maidana, 49% for Amir Khan. So I don't know what they're doing with the numbers, or if it's legit, or if people have like 18 fucking Twitter and Facebook accounts, because you can log on to Twitter or Facebook to vote. And maybe someone has multiple accounts and they're voting multiple times. I don't really know, but I mean, I just want to hear the opponent because I don't necessarily believe that this is an accurate poll by any means. You know what I'm saying? Where every vote is unique and people are only voting once. And another thing is, Mayweather in his career, especially recently, has held steadfast to one thing, and that's he's his own boss. So that being said, him being his own boss, what if you know Mayweather to let the fans pick or have anything that puts him out of the driver's seat, and other people get to pick and pick his career path? Doesn't really happen. So all of a sudden he's letting the fans vote. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really convinced. Again, Mayweather's his own boss. He makes his own decisions, and it sounds like a marketing ploy just to get the fans involved. It's a hell of a business mantra or like game plan if you think about it. Make the fans feel empowered, like their vote actually counts and the fucking decision's already made who they're probably going to fight. And it gets your name circulating, it gets the opponent's name circulating, builds interest, creates dialogue, creates debates, and it just overall keeps that fight relevant just because people are voting and feeling empowered, like, oh, my vote counts. I think the shit is rigged. Like, it's already predetermined who the fuck is fighting. They're just trying to act like, you know what I mean? At the very least, they could say, oh, the fans did it. Like, oh, I picked Khan. Oh, the fans did that. It wasn't even me. Like, I didn't even pick. Y'all picked it, even if the votes are rigged or something. So, not to try to be a conspiracy theorist, but that's honestly what I think. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Marcos Maidana lets Amir Khan have it on Twitter. Unleash the Krakens. Release the Krakens. You know how it goes. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video. It's Ego signing off.